Hi friends, budget 26-27. I'm not a great economist, nor I'm a journalist, nor I'm a politician, but I know a little bit macroeconomics. I've been a good student of Keynesian economics, and I think I'm in a position to offer my take on this budget. With total expenditure of 53.5 lakh crore and estimated receipts of 38.5 lakh crore, which I personally doubt you will get this year, remaining are borrowings. Borrowings at interest, whether from PSU banks or IMF, etc. It will carry interest cost. Around 60% is spent by the government on salaries, pensions and interest payments every year. Remaining 40 to 41% remains for distribution into various country activities, including defense. So the 60% is a huge cost for a developing country like us, because we are a very large economy, a population of 147 billion people. Friends, the budget is like Diwali in this country. A lot of hue and cry is made, and a lot of people have to write articles, sit on TV channels, offer their comments as if they are the budget wizards. I know some association presidents, including some politicians, who know nothing about finance, but even they comment, because the budget itself teaches us how to go about it. We are going through a geopolitical turmoil which no other government in the country has ever gone. We have issues with the US. We have issues with other countries. And US was our major international business partner. With China, we are having an on and off relationship. And we are still not clear whether we want to stand by China or we want to get away from China. But yes, our imports have been on serious increase from China, with a trade surplus in favor of China at $125 billion. So what's happening? Each Indian household has Chinese products, electronics, households, medicines, chemicals, it's all coming from China. With US acting tough, whatever issues they have with the Indian government, we are not able to import oils at a concessional rate from Russia. Our biggest refinery companies, Nora and Reliance, have stopped buying from Russian oil because they didn't want to face international issues. Our corporate sector is going to turmoil abroad with a lot of serious bribing charges being levied on our corporates, rightly or wrongly, we don't know. Our education, healthcare, infrastructure, water management, hygiene, pollution are into serious jeopardy. Delhi has been suffering for the last 4 months. Notwithstanding what Supreme Court judges say, the government of Delhi took no action whatsoever. Even today we are struggling with AQI of 325 to 400. Rain has not come, so government is suffering more. The 3-4 months our construction activity stops. Labor doesn't get money, but nobody bothers about that labor. Labor codes are coming. They have already been invoked from November 2025. I have not seen any activity anywhere in the country by the government to teach unions, migrant workers, gig workers, platform workers, what are their rights. Not a single ad in the papers teaching them what rights they have. No associations have also done it, because for them it is not a money-making machine. Now, with defense budget going up, it had to go up, and we should be grateful to government. They have increased the budget in defense. But look at Manrega. I'm not into name changing or not, but 90% was being given by central government as against 60% now. it is going to create huge impact on the poor class. Let government be not in doubt. States will not be able to fund this VRGM or Manrega scheme at all. And with the result, poor people will die, will suffer from hunger. And it's going to happen. Why it was done, I have no idea. Because it's not for BJP or Congress government, but government just doesn't have money. Food security, we don't talk anymore, though we had a food security bill passed by the Congress government. When I travel in villages or out of Delhi, I see all these flagship schemes of last 11 years are not to be seen anywhere. I use toilets, there is no water, there are no toilets on roads at all. And the whole thing what we get on highways also leaves much to be desired. Our roads, our bridges which are made new have a lot of problems. In other words, the corruption is set in so much, it is very difficult to come out of this rut, and we are not going to come out of it. As a society, notwithstanding the budgets of the government, I think we are becoming a sick society. If a student who could not pass a NEET exam has to cut his own leg to get admission based on disability certificate in UP, it speaks volumes. We continue to plague this nation with religion. I'm a Hindu, I'm a proud Hindu. But Hinduism as such will not take me forward. I have to love this nation first. And that is where most of us, including me, we lack. Our tax payments in income tax are negligible. Notwithstanding what enforcement we do, these are not going to go up because the system itself needs a revamp. And with the new schemes for manufacturing push, around 13 in nature, which are very good, for example, the concept of clusters like we have in China, semiconductors, rare earth corridors, freight corridors, universities, the district health centers, all schemes are good. And even schemes announced earlier were also good. But would the government not place an accountability white paper in Parliament to what happened to those schemes? What did we achieve there? I think if this kind of governance transparency comes into being, we Indians will know better where do we stand. It is simply, carrying a flag of nationalism is not going to help. We are proud, we love this country, we will die here. But look at the economic survey. Economic survey virtually abused Indian corporates in a huge way. Okay, these big companies worked for themselves. They did nothing for this country, like IBM, Sony, Samsung, Bell, and other big companies did post-World War II for their countries. Not only they built their brand through technology-driven processes, they also made a lot of money. But in India, let's name one company which is a world phenomenon. All these companies, including Reliance, worked for themselves. In fact, now big companies have also gone into GST courses. I was approached by a company. I said, no, I don't sell education, I teach free. And I don't wish to be a part of any corporate GST culture. They are running universities. Look at our education. Our government universities are gone. It has been taken over by private sector, by those people who know nothing about education as such. So a student who has a huge merit cannot get admission in a government college, be it a doctor, lawyer, or a chartered accountant professional. But if a student who has no merit but has money, he will go into private universities and pass with flying colors with or without exams. So this is the kind of education. Look at the healthcare. I think I need not talk about healthcare, we all know. Look at pollution. Look at our cleanliness. Look at our hygiene. Look at all the kooda karkat lying on roads. When you travel Shatabdi Express to Amritsar, on the way what you see, it is loathable. You feel ashamed that In spite of so much money being given to railways, the tracks are not cleaned, and the sideways where rail travels is full of dirt, and which is very difficult to even look at it. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen that with more borrowings, with us becoming number one borrower in the world, with our per capita luggage of this loan being pegged 4 lakh plus, with gold and silver giving us heart attacks in last 4 or 5 days, government has to worry. When the finance minister was starting her speech, Sensex crashed because it is said budget was leaked to Telegram. And how could a budget document be leaked? And I think when I heard the entire budget speech, when I correlate with this economic survey, I think the budget was made prior to economic survey. Otherwise, the kind of the comments made about Indian corporates, their income tax reduction should have been withdrawn and given to the individuals. Now, when you look into this budget from a macro economics point of view, it does not result into a single % increase in personal disposable income of individual taxpayers. So, if this budget was to boost up consumption, in my view and my take is this, it will not, because you need money. And what is this GDP of 4.13 trillion we talk of? The share is of very big share of corporates, not for people like you and me. So the composition of GDP should also be made public. How is this GDP comprised of? The top 8-10 corporates take a major chunk. And the income inequalities, there is no comment made in the budget. We are into a K-shape economy. The richer are becoming richer, poorer are becoming poor. If I was a rich person, I have not become poor because I pay more taxes. I have not become poor because the food prices have gone up. But look at the poor, who is getting poorer day by day. Even with a 50 lakh package per year in India, if you are to live in a rented house and drive a moderate car and put your children in school and have an average standard of living, you can at best be categorized in middle class, not upper middle class, because this is where we live into a hyperinflation nation. And the concept of inequality, when you see per capita income of around 9,000 rupees, if you take overall as a country, this is 9,000 per month. You can't even have 2 times meals. That is very difficult. And as a society, as professionals, as individual groups in society, we need to help the government to take this country forward and to give us a dream that in 2047 we shall be a developed nation. I will never buy this dream because I shall be dead by this time. Most of us will be dead. It's only 2026. You still have 21 years on. And all schemes, the government talks by 31, by 32, this will be operational. Well, we need food today, not after 5 years. We need education today, not after 5 years. We need fresh air today, not after 5 years. We need fresh water today, not after 5 years. We need our children's safety today, not after 5 years. We have to get above this syndrome of nationalism. Nationalism doesn't mean carrying a flag and say we love India. Of course we all love India. Nationalism also means that as a national individualist, my national character should speak. I should be proud to be Indian. And I am proud, but if you give me basic facilities, I will ensure our HNI people don't leave the country. Not only they are leaving the country, they are taking their brain out. They are taking their wealth out. And through various tax havens, the entire money is going out. And banks have no money. 25,000 crores was put in by RBI into banks so that they have money to lend. Bonds are being issued to get more money. So what is happening? What is happening is we are spending too much on freebies. Ration, power, water, all free. The states are in competition with each other. But who's going to pay for it? As the economic survey says, if we do not stop freebies, country is going to pay a very serious price for all this. It has to start with government in power, and the center, being a senior partner in this Indian federalism, has to take states along that together we should stop freebies. The employment generation is key. At a 12% to 12.8% manufacturing to GDP, you are behind China by 26%. Therefore, the manufacturing needs a push, not in the bigger manufacturing companies. You need to focus on small scale. You have to focus on micro. You have to focus on MSMEs. And MSMEs, lakhs of MSMEs are sick, I know. And look at your NPAs, 24 lakh crore in last 11 years. And NCLT is full of schemes where people don't want to buy sick companies anymore because they have to run those companies. And friends, with this labor codes, from 1st April, people will come to know. Though you were to make provisions from November 2025, when it was notified, the labor codes, in my view, shall further reduce in-hand wages of all the people, resulting into less consumption. So if you have to boost consumption, you have to boost manufacturing, you have to boost an increase in personal disposable income of people. So what happens? If people have money, like I have money, I will not buy a new car because I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I will save. So propensity to save money is going up now because of geopolitical situation, because of gold, silver issues. If this propensity to save keeps going up, people will stop spending money. They'll be happy in the mediocre life they live. Well, in my view, the budget has not fixed everything, but it also has not broken everything. Let's keep our fingers crossed. God bless you.